Hello everybody, this is Ziad. Welcome back to Clash of Clans. Today I'm going to be doing a honest review of Clash of Clans, giving you a little bit of a breakdown of what the game is about. Um, who would love to play this game, giving it a rating, and yeah, just giving you guys a solid breakdown of the game. Uh, you know, um, just so that you guys can know all the positives and the negatives about the game, so that if you do decide to get into it, you would know if it's for you or not, and whether or not you should recommend it to friends. I'm just going to be telling you about that today. Um, let's get into it. The video is not going to be too long, so here we go, guys. Um, Clash of Clans. It's an online strategic multiplayer game. So if you guys love strategizing your attacks, doing attacks on other players, first of all, it's an online multiplayer game, so you're against other people. That makes the battleground pretty fair, since you strategizing against someone else's base. So I'd say anybody who would love like a tower and defense kind of game. Um, it's mainly about placing troops and spells when you attack other bases. So it's knowing what it's more remembering what the the different kinds of troops, spells, all does, so that you can make informed decision in battle. Now it's more about battle plans, in fact. So when you are attacking other bases and trying to grow your own, it's all about just taking in the game, remembering what every defensive structure does. Um, it's about patience as well. It takes a couple of days for your upgrades to finish. Um, yeah, it actually takes, as you guys can see here, Archer Towers. This is a defensive building. It protects you from other people. As you guys can see, it's level. I can get it level 16. As you guys can see, it takes a certain amount of currency, game currency, to upgrade it. And it tells you there's a certain amount of time too that that it takes for the upgrade to complete. So guys, number one, strategy. This game is all about strategy. It's about timing. It's about many things, in fact. But most importantly, it's also about patience. It takes time for these upgrades to finish, And if you guys love games like this, it's as I get said before, guys, it's more about knowing what the troops is, what it does, and the spells are, and what the spells do. Like, say for instance, I go into this spell factory here. Rage spell increases damage by 170% and speed, and costs a certain amount of game currency. So guys, it's all about upgrading your buildings so that your base can become stronger. And of course, the game currency on the top right here, you can see there's about four currencies. It's called loot, so it's gold. That's the gold color. It's elixir, which is the pink. It's the dark elixir, which is that black, and it's diamonds, which is the green. So there's four currencies. Yeah, and you're gonna use that currency to just upgrade the troop, the defensive structures. When we're talking about the base, the actual base, we talk about the defense, all the structures on the base. But when we are attacking, it's a different story. That's when we're using our troops and spells only. So guys, it's all about getting to know how to use them and how to make them stronger. It's about making all of this. It's about upgrading everything so that your base becomes so strong that that it can just be upgraded and upgraded until the maximum level can be upgraded. As you guys can see here, my collectors are maxed out and they are pretty tough, so that gives you an advantage. It's all about having an advantage and strategizing as well as you can. There's the boulder base. This base here is called the home village, and this base which was introduced is the boulder village. Yeah, so there's two bases here basically. um they go by different mechanics. They are not the same thing, keep in mind. They are unique, but yeah, this is a exciting online multiplayer strategic game that you can recommend to anybody who, number one, loves online gaming, number two, loves strategy, and knows how to strategize. It's not all action. It's not a FPS shooter game, but it takes patience, and you know it's very it requires like a realistic kind of approach. So guys, that's what a Clash of Clans is more about. um it's saving up loot so that your base is as strong as possible. So when it is strong as possible, um basically it's impenetrable against from other players, and you can also attack other players much easier. So it's all about holding your position, and it's an online multiplayer game. As you guys can see here, if you search for another base, say if you want to attack, you only take troops and spells of your choice. So you control everything in this game. It's all about your choices and whether or not those choices will be the best possible. As you guys can see, I'm already getting into a battle, so this is kind of how it goes. You are choosing what troops, what army you take into battle, which includes troops, spells, and yeah, that's it. It's basically like your loadout for the attacks. So guys, that's all there is to attacking other bases, and I told you guys from defending against the other base in the home village, you don't do much. You just make sure your base is as strong as possible, and you place the buildings in the most strategic way as you can. But when it's your base is automated, and you can only control the layout of your buildings when you defend against other villages. So that's basically it for defending against other bases and attacking other bases. So guys, when you do get that loadout and you place that troops and that spells, and you place it against the other person, and you really want to get that loot, it depends. It all depends on what troops and what spells you take into battle. First of all, what level it is. It all depends on you getting your troops and spells up to the highest level possible. And of course, it's not just about what you take into battle, but where you place them. As I told you guys, the defensive buildings all are unique. So this archer tower here in the middle of the screen right now would not perform the same as, say, this Giga Tesla. It would not do the same thing to this dragon, or even this air sweeper. This air sweeper would simply push the dragon away, but the archer tower would simply a point defense. As you guys can see, that's the air defense that did that. Air defense is for taking out air troops. such as dragons, that which I have used there. So there we go, guys. There we go, guys. So there we go. That's all there is to attacking. And when you defend against other base, all depends upon your layout, the level of your buildings, and that's about it. That all that determines how well you defend. As you guys can see, I won this defense. I'm just gonna be showing you this defense here. So you guys can see this is my layout of my base, my home village, and this you guys can see the level of my troops as well. So this determines you know, how well I do against the opponent. As you guys can see, so far my base has been 30% destroyed. 32% of my buildings have been destroyed. 35. You have to obtain at least a star on any base in order to win the battle. So far I have won. They haven't won the battle yet. They still have more troops and 2 more free spells, as you can see here. And there's a wall wrecker here. He's trying to get to 50%, because at 50% you get you receive 1 star. Wow, guys, 45% destroyed. That is a victory on my part. So I do not my trophies do not get depleted. I actually gained 22 trophies, and as you guys can see, they stole about 161 gold, 1000 gold, and 213,000 elixir, almost 5,000 dark elixir. So guys, if I win the battle, my trophies will not get deducted or actually get added. So that's kind of amazing. So that's all there is really to the home village, and the same thing goes for the boulder base. It's just slightly different. There's only a attack. You can only attack other bases in versus battle, where both opponents attack at the same time. That's all there is to Clash of Clans, really. Nothing more. So if you guys love strategizing, using strategizing bases, you know, trying to figure out whether your attack strategy is gonna work, really editing layouts of bases, things like that. You really shouldn't recommend this game to anybody who would love that kind of games. It's not all action, as you guys can see. It's not a FPS shooter, but yeah, it's definitely strategic, so it requires a lot of thinking. You have to be a sharp-minded, you know. You have to be able to wait a while too. As you guys can see, it takes a while for things to regenerate. 22 minutes, in fact, for my king to boot up again to full health. So yeah, that's attacking, that's defending in this game. It's an online multiplayer strategic game released by Supercell. Yeah, there are other games too that are similar to this, released by the same, also by Supercell. It's Clash Royale, and there's other few games. I'm gonna be doing honest reviews of those as well. Some of the negatives of this game is that the only thing that I have heard of that people do not particularly like is the fact that the upgrading and upgrading can be a bit you know, it can be take a lot of patience. because there's quite a few upgrades. As you guys can see, I'm not even close to the highest level in terms of my town hall, but it tends to be over time it can get where you get impatient, so you're just upgrading to upgrade the entire time, and there's no real, how do I say, it's just the same thing that's repeated over and over, so it becomes repetitive. So guys, if you're someone who doesn't love who doesn't like repeat, upgrading, waiting and repeating that process over and over and over, if you require like a constant stimulation, when it comes to gaming and things like that, I think you should try FPS shooters more in this game, because you'll probably get bored. But if you're someone who doesn't require a lot of stimulation, you really like strategy and trying to see whether your upgrades will have a good effect, um, give this game a shot. I'd say out of 5 stars, I would give Clash of Clans about a 4, because it's not perfect. As you guys can see, I did say that overall it's a great game. I don't really have particularly anything bad to say about the game. I've been playing it for a long time. It's really fun. The game does reward you for coming this far. Like Elixir Collect, it is quite effective. Collects resources for me. So your sacrifices aren't in vain. Yeah, it's a lot of powerful. You unlock a lot of powerful buildings and upgrades over time. So 4 stars out of 5 is very, very good. But that's all I can say. So anybody would love this kind of game, recommend it to them. 4 stars out of 5. And yeah, there's nothing else I can really say about it. I could also talk about you know uh is it, are you guys gonna get bored of it? Well, you wouldn't really get bored of this game, I'd say, because it's consistently being updated and there's always events running. As you guys can see here, bottom right hand corner, there's always events going. um it always sparks your interest. uh as you guys can see here, 9 years of Clash of Clans, still going strong though. So yeah, I don't think you would particularly get bored of it. um if you're into online strategy multiplayer games, even better, you'll be pretty occupied with this game. Download it off Play Store, give it a shot. I will be talking about other games from Supercell as well. That does extremely good. Is also other games such as Clash Royale. I'll be talking about Call of Duty as well in the future. Other FPS games, a whole range of games. So that's it for Clash of Clans, guys. If you guys love this game, give it make sure to download it from the Play Store. This is Yad with another honest review. Goodbye.